Alright, it's on?
Yeah.
Alright, this is where my humble beginnings started. I mean, I was born in Willingboro, New Jersey, but this is where I grew up. This is the apartment building I grew up in. Building 13, apartment 227. It's crazy, man. There's so many stories here, man. You wanna walk real quick with me, man?
Yeah, definitely.
This is a crazy thing that people don't realize. That my best friend here, or whatever, when I was growing up, my man Hassan, you know, he later ended up shooting this guy, killing this guy, right? This is years after we had grown up, and I kind of lost touch with him. He ended up shooting this guy, and you know, he's in jail for life right now. And you know, it was crazy because when I heard, you know, the guy that got killed ended up being my neighbor at the new neighborhood that I had moved to, and I knew his younger sisters more than I knew him. I didn't really know. I
got it. I don't even want that shit across the scene.
I didn't really know him like that. My man Aunt Garcia, man, rest in peace. You know, I met him or whatever, but I mainly knew his sisters. So it was crazy to hear that my man Hassan, that I knew from, like, you know, not even knee high, like 2 years old. You know what I mean? Like we was young boys out here running around in the courtyard out here in the apartment building. Like, basically, you know, this is where I got it in. This is where, you know, ended up getting on my quarterback and all that, you know, started right here in this field right here, really running around, playing sports or whatever. My man Hassan, it's just crazy how, like, years later he'll grow up to kill my neighbor. And I, you know, I really want to write him while he's down too, you know what I mean? It's just wild how things happen, and like how he ended up being my neighbor, my first friend, to killing my actual neighbor in my new neighborhood. Like, you know, I really don't even know where his mind went from being the kid he was, the kids we were, to doing that type of thing, you know, because it's just, I guess it's just how life is, you know. You just never really know, like, you never really know how shit could end up and how it will turn out, because it's just a wild ride, man. And then, like, it's just one of those things where people, everywhere I moved to, like, I moved at just a point where it was a change in my life where they really didn't know me. Like, I grew up basically in Willingboro, in my grandma's house, and at these apartment buildings, and then moved to Mount Holly, really technically West Hampton. Moved there. None of those people knew me. You know, they really ain't know me. I didn't really know those people like that. And then same thing in high school when I was at Grand Cocos Valley and left and went to Lindenwold. Graduated from there. Like, I ended up just running into certain groups of people that I was destined to run into, and it's like an underground railroad kind of in Jersey, or just in general, like, that you just run into, like, as far as the people that you just get connected with. And because I be running into people now and having mutual friends in that I never would have knew, because I just walked different. I just walked on two sides of life that maybe not everybody was able to do, and like, I'm just so grateful from it, from, like, you know, humble beginnings in this situation, being from here, and we two kids growing up in this courtyard, and one of us is now in a box for life. And I was headed in that direction, and, you know, like, you can be alive and be in a box and not even be in jail, you know what I mean? You could be, you know, we eat from a box, we live in a box, you know, we get tossed in a box. So, like, it's just that real, you know. It's just however you look at it, because you can be in jail, you know, and be supposedly free. You know, you can be in jail without the bars. So it's just wild how everything just turned out. How we both came from this right here, and then it turned into something totally all else. Even at this point in time, you know, I lost touch with the people here, so they don't even really know me like that. It's not like it's a problem, but they don't really know me here. Just like in Borough, they don't really know me there. Just like in Mount Holly, they don't really know me there. Or in Lindenwold, or in Cali, you know what I mean? People think they know you, but they know a piece of your persona. They ain't really know me. They only know a piece of what you let them, you know, have. But a few people, you know, they do truly know me in some ways, or they knew me at a certain stage in my existence. And you know, that's really it. They just got a slice. So, it's crazy, you know what I mean? I'm about to show y'all my grandma's house or whatever. Show y'all where my mom was shot on the lawn in a second here, so about to head over there right now. Even if you Wikipedia Willingboro, you see like Willingboro is one of them places like that they experienced the white flight. If you Wikipedia, you see like it was already a black neighborhood, but after like the 70s and 80s, all the white people really got going, and it's really pretty much all black in Willingboro. It kind of reminds you of like, you know, after being in Cali, it reminds me of like kind of like a Watts or somewhere like that, where they're in houses, but it's still really live. You know what I mean? It might not be as big as one of those places like a Watts or whatever, but it's like a microcosm of that. So like, this is the house though. It's my grandma's house or whatever, Gladys. This is Gladys' house right here. Well, not anymore, you know, of course, but cause she's gone. But it's the house where my mother was shot on the front lawn. They were shooting at her brothers, my uncles, and my brother was in the house at the time too. But they ended up shooting her, and she got shot with the double-barrel shotgun right here on the lawn, trying to push my brother back, or my uncle back into the house. And it's just crazy, them situations that'll definitely, I'll express more in the book, but you know, it had everything to do with me being here and me willing myself into existence from that whole occurrence. So the good and the bad, or whatever, the good and the bad with me, and how, you know, I came to be and all that. Like, you know, I'm a product of a I don't want to say I'm a product of a violent situation, but by way of that situation happening, I came into existence, into this existence. So, you know, you had a guy basically pulling the trigger, shooting this woman in the front lawn of her mother's house, and by pulling that trigger, you know, he, at some level, it was my will pulling that trigger, pulling me through. So it's, you know, everything is how it should be. You know, it might manifest in a way that makes you feel some type of emotion, but it is how it is. It is how it should be.